Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Marilyn Crocker. Hi! Hope you're having a wonderful day in Canada. Yay! She's a real Canadian. So, if you want to be house guest of the day, send me a private message on YouTube and we'll make it happen. And also, because Marilyn is in Canada, I'm curious how many of you guys are actually Canadian viewers and how many of you are in the US like me, or if you're not in either country, where are you? Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in the house. Adele has been telling more and more people about his power, except he hasn't been telling them the truth. He's been telling them an exaggeration. So it's really just a veto pass. He can play in the veto if he wants to and take someone else out of the competition. But he's going around telling people that he's basically got the diamond POV for 2 weeks, and it's just not true. But he told John, he's telling like Andrew, I think he told Sarah. So he's getting people to kind of be freaked out a little bit, and he's trying to like build trust on this lie. But what's going to happen if they test him on it and he doesn't have it? So, yeah, that's going to be pretty crazy. I have a feeling that this could backfire because a lot of the house guests are talking about maybe putting him up on the block next week and flushing out the power. So I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea to lie like that, but we'll see if it works out for him or not. So it looks like the tides could be turning for the vote this week. Earlier in the week, it looked like Heather was leaving. Now it looks like Paul, but then it looked like Heather again, but then it looked like Paul again. So really, the waves are really waving? What's that? I don't know. I don't surf. So the point is the tides are turning, maybe. So Andrew and Kenny are really pushing for Paul to go. They wanted this the whole time. They kind of said to the girls earlier, like, maybe we'll get rid of Heather just to like placate them. But let's talk about the votes this week. So some solid, what should be locks. Votes for Heather to leave: Adele, Netta, Rochelle, and Sabrina. That's 4. Votes for Paul to leave: Andrew, Kenny, Arlie, and John. So that makes it 4-4. And then we still have votes from Sarah and Allison. So Sarah is really considering voting out Paul. She's really under that Kenny spell, and she's like, oh, I'm on the bottom of the Girls Alliance anyway. But then she's like, but I think it's really important to have a connection to the girls, and I don't want to blow it. And then she was talking about, like, lying about her vote and blaming it on someone else. So it's just very confusing what she's going to do right now. She's flip-flopping to the max. And then that brings up the question, how is Allison going to vote? Because if she votes the opposite way of Sarah, it could be a tie, and then Ika has to make the decision anyway. So it seems like Andrew is really working on Allison. He's like, yeah, you should definitely get rid of Paul, because blah, 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 blah. It's up to you, though. Really? Effing really? So we'll see what happens with that. We still have another day of exhausting blah, blah, blah from them. So Adele is working hard to keep Paul in the house, and Paul is just an a-hole. I don't know if this happened before or after Adele told Ika about his secret power, but apparently Paul told Ika as well. So Adele was really pissed when he found out about that. You would think that Paul would be grateful that Adele is working so hard to keep him in this game, but it's like he's just screwing him over, just like anybody else. So he's really blowing it, and it's really sad that he would do that to his best friend in the house, but I don't know what he's doing. So Arlie is doing some crazy stuff. On the other hand, he is so over the first 5 alliance. So am I. But I'm always forgetting that Arlie is actually in it. I just think of it as Kenny, Andrew, Sabrina, and Sarah. Oh yeah, Arlie's in it too, because there's 5. But he's always like, yeah, no one tells me anything, and I feel like my voice is not being heard. And he also feels like they're really selfish, especially Kenny and Andrew. And he's talking to Sarah. He's like, maybe you should vote to keep Paul. I want to see you do whatever is best for your game. And Arlie is like, you know what? I'm making a backup plan. I see Sabrina has like 5 different backup plans, and I want one too. So he's thinking an alliance between him, Adele, John, and Sarah. So that could be pretty interesting. I don't see the first 5 alliance lasting very much longer. If you're already thinking about your backup plans, which you should be, but at the same time, if you're already thinking about them, I think it's gonna be over soon. So he's like, oh, I'm not gonna like break it up on purpose, but I'm gonna be ready. We'll see what happens next week. I'm sure it will depend a lot on who wins HOH this week. So tomorrow is the big eviction. Is it going to be Paul or Sarah? I really don't think that this eviction is that big, because I don't think that Heather or Paul, neither of them are going to have a big impact on this game, I don't think. So it really, really does not matter in the long run who goes. But everyone in the house is treating this like the craziest eviction ever. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments who you guys think is going home, who you want to go home, and until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.